We had fellow North Carolinians that needed help. Little did I know that I would be in great need of help myself that day.
Well, tonight, only on WBTV, first responders tell us they were able to revive a man who suffered a serious heart attack while helping with Helene relief.
62-year-old Glenn Atwell says he saw no warning signs in the days leading up to the heart attack. Now he's sharing his story in hopes that it'll help others.
WBTV anchor Alex Giles returned to the site where Atwell almost lost his life.
The wrath and destruction of Helene killed more than 100 North Carolinians, damaged or destroyed thousands of homes, and captivated people across the country. People like Glenn Atwell of Denver.
When I saw the news and I saw fellow North Carolinians suffering, I just felt the need to help.
But that calling to help ultimately led this 62-year-old to the brink of death. Saturday, October 12, 2024, just weeks after the storm, Atwell joined a group of volunteers from his church. They descended on Riverside Drive near Mountain Island Lake with a plan to help clean up. He says he spent about an hour clearing debris before he started to feel bad.
I just felt incredibly weak, couldn't hold myself up.
Luckily, medics were already on the storm-ravaged street because of the ongoing cleanup work. Atwell says they immediately gave him baby aspirin and started administering an EKG.
And the EMT was reading the EKG monitor, and she looks at me and she's like, "Oh no."
I mean, he was dead.
Paramedic Liz Kirk and her colleagues were the ones who were able to save Atwell's life.
I had regained consciousness, and she looks at me and she's like, "We lost you. I had to hit you with the defibrillator 3 times."
He said, I'm sorry, I must have taken a nap. You didn't take a nap, friend. You had died for about 6 minutes.
Atwell was rushed to the hospital. He learned he had suffered what many refer to as a widowmaker heart attack. He had 2 stents inserted into his arteries after blockages were removed.
To think that your wife and loved ones almost lost you that day, is that hard to wrap your head around? It's hard to think that your family was almost without a dad, or your granddaughter was without a grandfather.
Thankfully, Grandpa is doing well. He's been working with doctors and nurses at Atrium's Sanger Heart and Vascular Institute to improve his diet and exercise.
For a lot of folks that have that heart attack outside of the hospital setting, the survival at home is, 10, 15, 20% at the most, unfortunately.
Dr. Niall Borges is the cardiologist who treated Atwell at the hospital. His big message to other adults: learn CPR, exercise, and make regular visits to a primary care doctor.
Please, if you have a family history of anybody in the family with heart disease, or you're a smoker, or use other tobacco products, or have other medical conditions, it is really, really, really important to go see a primary care doctor.
I can't believe he's about to do a 5K. It's something. I'm Liz.
Just days ago, Atwell met the first responders who saved his life. He knows how lucky he is that they were so close when his heart was failing.
All of our providers hope for outcomes like this, and this is why we do it. For the rare occurrence that somebody gets another opportunity at life.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Glenn.
Atwell is making the most of that opportunity. He says he's made several lifestyle changes to help himself, and he's now sharing his story to help others.
If one person hears this story and they decide to make the changes with their diet and exercise, it'll be well worth it.
Reporting along Riverside Drive, Alex Giles, WBTV, on your side.